Good morning. Welcome to Worship for Kids on this Sunday, November 29th. And it's the first Sunday in Advent, which is really exciting because it's the beginning of a new year here in the church, which is weird because everybody else celebrates New Year in about a month at the end of December and the beginning of January. But in the church year, the first Sunday in Advent is the day that we do that. And Advent is this season before Christmas. And so there's 4 weeks of Advent. And so Christmas isn't too far away. But we begin our watching and waiting for the coming of Christ into our hearts and into the world. But let's get warmed up with the Ah La 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 song. I think most of you know this, otherwise you'll pick up really quick. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 la. Hallelujah. Shake another hand. Shake another hand. Shake a hand next to you. Shake another hand as we sing this song. Shake another hand. Shake a hand next to you. Shake another hand as we sing this song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Pat another head. Pat another head. Pat a head next to you. Pat another head as we sing this song. Pat another head. Pat a head next to you. Pat another head as we sing this song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Give a high five. Give a high five. Give a five next to you. Give a high five as we sing this song. Give a high five. Give a five next to you. Give a high five as we sing this song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Rub another back. Rub another back. Rub a back next to you. Rub another back as we sing this song. Rub another back. Rub a back next to you. Rub another back as we sing this song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Jump up and down. Jump up and down. Jump up and down. Jump up and down as we sing this song. Jump up and down. Jump up and down. Jump up and down as we sing this song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Ah la 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 hallelujah. Awesome. Hope you're good and warmed up now so you can focus. So here you can focus on what Pastor Laura is saying. Here's Pastor Laura.
Hi, kids. It's Pastor Laura. Do you remember when we were learning the affirmation, I will remember God is within me and all others? Remember that? Do you remember how we made a calendar of stickers? We put stickers there for every day we remembered our affirmation and we remember that God loves us. And so I could just put my affirmation right on my calendar like that, maybe. This is how I'm doing. I'm wondering how you're doing. So I did really well on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But Wednesday and Thursday, I didn't have very good days, and I didn't remember that I was loved. That didn't turn out so well for me. But I picked it up again on Friday. I remembered, and I had a really good day Friday. So how are you doing? Let's see if we can remember good days when we remember that. But for today, we're going to have a new affirmation today. I want to encourage you to keep remembering this one, and we're going to add another one. We're going to begin just by playing a game. So I'm going to share this game with you. I'm sure you've seen it before. This game is called concentration. And concentration is about remembering what you've seen, right? So in this concentration game, there's shapes, and I'm trying to match two shapes. So I'm trying to find the other pentagon. That wasn't it. But I can't see those anymore, so I have to try to remember, right? This was the pentagon. This one was a circle. Let's see what this one is. That's not either of those, but I'll try to match that one. Oh, so now we have a pentagon and a circle and an oval and a triangle. That's a lot to try to remember. I have to really focus. What's this? The triangle. What did I say? The pentagon. Was this the circle? The oval. Is this one the triangle? Yes. And then those stay uncovered. Let's see. Oh, that one's like a stop sign. Octagon. I haven't seen that one before. What's this? I have a lot to remember. I think up here. Wow, I really have to really focus to play this game. Oh my gosh, I don't remember seeing that one before. Well, you get the idea that to win at a game like this, you really have to concentrate. You have to focus all your attention to be able to match all those things up. If you want, you can play this same game. You can find it on the internet. Or you can play with playing cards if you have those in your house. This is a really great game to play, and I'm sure you've seen it before. It's about focusing and about remembering and about sharpening your memory. And I don't think that you could do two things at once. Like you couldn't play this game while you were reading a book, or you couldn't play this game while you were trying to do your homework, because this is the kind of game where you have to focus all your attention on the one thing that you're doing. And I have a story today about focusing your attention. It's a story about Sam and Barnabas. Oh, and about Ida and Rudolph. I hope you like it. Here it is. Lots of good stories start by saying, once upon a time. And this story is no different. Once upon a time, there was a young person named Sam. And Sam had a pet gorilla named Barnabas. Barnabas was pretty active and liked to jump around and often liked to sit right on Sam's shoulder. Sam was a pretty lucky person, and they had a friend who gave them a house. But the house was in the middle of the desert. And Sam loved it there, but got pretty lonely. And so one day Sam and Barnabas, they walked a long way through the desert to the home of their friend Ida. And Ida, by the way, had a pet parrot, and the parrot's name was Rudolph. But Sam said to Ida, "Hey Ida, how is it that you have all these trees and flowers around your house, because you live in the desert too, and it's kind of hard to live in the desert at my house because nothing will grow." So Ida took Sam out back and showed Ida that there was a well. Can you see that well? Yeah, and Ida said, "Hey Sam, there is an underground stream, and if you dig down into the dirt in the desert, you'll hit that stream too, and then you'll have water for your house and your garden." Well, guess what? Sam thought that was a lovely idea, so Sam and Barnabas left Ida and Rudolph, and they trudged back through that hot desert back to their own house. Whew. Then Sam got a shovel. I'm gonna make my shovel like this. and started to dig. And Sam dug a little hole, got to work and dug a little hole. But Barnabas started jumping all around and like he knew something and landed in a different place. And so Sam started to dig, stopped digging in that one place and started to dig in this other place. Barnabas hopped around some more and jumped up onto the roof of the house and started making a bunch of racket and pointing. And so Sam went to the back side of the house and started to dig over there. And when Sam started to dig over there, Sam found a bunch of rocks in the ground. And so Sam dug out those rocks, whoop, and then took the rocks and started to build a little wall in front of the house with those rocks. But then at that time, like, the sun was really high in the sky. And remember, they're in the desert, right? So it got really hot. And Sam got tired. Well, these rocks are gone now. They were used to make the wall. There's a hole there by the house, right? Sam got hot and tired and went inside the house and stopped digging. And waited until it got cool again. You know when it would get cool again? The next day in the morning. So the next day in the morning, Sam came out of the house and started to dig again. And Barnabas was jumping all around, jumping on Sam's shoulder, jumping in this one particular place. And so Sam started to dig in that place where Barnabas was. And I guess you know what? Sam needs a shovel to dig, right? So Sam had a shovel, was digging in that place where Barnabas had been jumping around. Well, about that time, who should come flying over? Whew, but Rudolph. And Rudolph landed on the roof and was chit-chatting with Barnabas. And who do you think was missing Rudolph? That's right. Ida noticed that Rudolph was gone, figured out where Rudolph must have flown to, and so Ida came over to Sam's house. And what do you think Ida saw? Well, Ida saw a bunch of small holes in the ground and a partially built little wall by Sam's house. And there on the roof, Barnabas and Rudolph. So Ida went to Sam and said, Sam, I see that you don't have a well. And Sam said, phew, this is hard work, Ida. I don't think that there's any underground stream at my place. I don't think there's any water here. But Ida said, do you remember when I showed you the well at my house, how deep it was? It's the river's there, the underground river's there, but it's pretty deep. So here's what you need to do. You need to focus on just one thing and keep digging in one spot. And you need to dig until your feet get wet. She said, I'm going to help you out by taking Barnabas with me so that you can focus. So Rudolph flew home, and then Ida came home to her house with Barnabas, and they stayed in her house while Sam went to work. And Sam went to the deepest hole and started digging. And Sam dug and dug and dug and dug and dug until their feet got wet. And then Sam filled in all those other holes, made the ground smooth again, and went back to Ida's with, what do you think? That's right, a bucket of water. And what do you think started to grow at Sam's house after that well was dug? That's right, grass. And flowers. And other things. The end. Sam had a hard time digging that well, didn't they? Wow. What made it difficult for Sam to concentrate on digging that well? I bet you know. Barnabas was jumping all over the place, right? And I think Sam thought Barnabas knew something about where the water was. Did you see that when Barnabas stopped in a certain place, Sam stopped digging where they were digging and started digging where Barnabas had been sitting? Did you see that? I think too, when it got really hot, that Sam couldn't concentrate anymore. Remember that? Sam got really hot and just needed to take a break for the next day. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to concentrate and to focus on one thing. But what helped Sam focus on one thing? What helped Sam focus on digging that well in one spot? Do you remember when Ida came and Ida took Barnabas home to their house? And Ida gave Sam the time and the space to focus on digging the well without having to worry about Barnabas and without having to stop and be distracted. Sam was just able to concentrate and focus on that one thing. I think our lives are like that too. If you try to do too many things at once or there's too many distractions around, we can't really focus or get anything done. But you know what? If we learn to concentrate our energy and just focus on the one thing that we're doing, we can learn to do that one thing really, really well. And we can learn to ask for help if we get stuck, because if we stay concentrated, we will ask for help and we will use that help and learn and grow. And this actually is how we grow our capacity. The more we're able to concentrate and focus on the things we're doing now, the more we're able to learn and grow and be able to do things that are more difficult or more complicated or more complex, or even things that we don't even know. So this week we have a new affirmation. I told you we were going to have a new one. And this affirmation says, I give full attention to everything I do. And this is the affirmation. I'm going to practice it all week, but I'm going to still remember that other affirmation that I have. Remember the one with the calendar? I'll remember that God is within me and all others. So I'm going to keep putting stickers on this one, because remember, one of the most important things we can do in life is remember that God is within us and everyone else too. So we're going to keep working on that one. But we have a different one for this week about giving full attention to everything that we do. Yeah. So I'm going to learn that one too. I give full attention to everything I do. So have you ever had to do something that required your full attention? How did it go? Sometimes when things require my full attention, I do great. And sometimes when things require my full attention, I don't give it my attention and I don't do so well. I bet it's the same for you. But if we work on giving our full attention, we can help things go really, really great. So not only learn the affirmation, but actually give your full attention to everything that you do. And let's pray. We'll do repeat again. So I'll pray and then you can pray the prayer after me. Dear God, help me focus on the things I'm doing. Help me give my full attention to everything that I do. And help me remember that you are within me and you are within all others too. Amen. Have a good time this week concentrating. So remember that concentration game. That's a fun one. You can play that one if you want. Have a good time concentrating, focusing your attention, and see if that makes a difference for the kind of day you have, the kind of week you have, and just how you feel about yourself and the people around you. Have a good week.
So today we're talking about focusing and concentrating. And one of the things we do as Christians is do things focused on God, how Christ calls us to live. So we're going to sing Every Move I Make, which means every move, everything I do, every breath I take, we try to remember that it's a gift of God and we live for God because that's the way to truly live. So it goes like this. Every move I make in you. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take in you. Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Let's try that again, okay? Every breath I take, every move I make. I really can't say this unless I'm singing it. So I'll just slow it down a little bit so we can try it again. Every move I make in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Now this next part had motion. Waves. Waves of mercy, waves of grace. So can you make waves? It's sort of like a worm, but it kind of looks like a wave. Waves of mercy. And the other way, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your arms. I'm in that trap again where I can't remember the words unless I sing it. Let's just try it. Waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? So the last part. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love. It's fun doing the love one because it's like hugging yourself. This love, how can it be? It's like asking the question, how can it be? So let's try that part again. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? Now let's try that whole chorus again. It starts off with waves. Waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? How can it be? Here we go. I make in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? How can it be? Let's move one more time. Every move Great. Hope you had a good time today. Hope you learned about focusing and concentrating on what you do. And until next week, this is Pastor Phil saying bye-bye.